a brunch show, and we gonna be eating every single time y'all see us. We want to know what you guys like. I'm gonna start with my brothers and see exactly what their favorite brunch food is. My favorite brunch food is what we got today, which is chicken and waffles. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my man Terry, and let's see what you like, brother.
I'm right there with you. I'm locked in with the chicken and waffles. Shout out to Roscoe's. You know what I'm saying? Give us a sponsor one good time.
I just had that yesterday.
What about you, B?
Man, I would say my favorite would be, it gotta be French toast, man. Cinnamon French toast to be specific.
Love it, love it. Yeah. Remo?
Man, you already know, man. I'm a bacon lover, bro. So I love the bacon, man. That's my favorite thing on the plate, bro.
Wait. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Turkey or pork, brother?
You know I ain't. Hey, man.
My brother.
Yeah, nah, it's the pork bacon, man. I don't eat pork, but that's the only thing I eat from a pig. Shit.
I feel you on that, man. So we're gonna go ahead and see what you guys like. We love what we love, but it's all what you guys like. We're gonna be bringing in different foods, different chefs to see exactly what you guys like and what we can do more when it comes to the food and brunch. But the most thing that we will have is mimosas.
Hey.
You cannot have brunch without mimosas. That's just how I feel. So you're gonna always have the mimosas going on. We always gonna have a little bit of liquor because we all drink here, but we always gonna have the mimosas popping off. Appreciate you guys being here. We're gonna go right into the topics.
Let's get it.
And go into men's mental health. It's men's mental health month, so we want to go ahead and shout out to everybody who's keeping a strong mentality with everything that they're going through. It's a lot that people deal with in life, men specifically with Father's Day coming up, so we want to shout out all the brothers that are doing well and keeping their mental right while they're taking care of their friends, their family, and all their loved ones.
Believe it.
Our mental health has been strong but tested. It's tested, man.
It's strong with the tested.
It's tested, you know. Family man, father, you know.
Yeah.
So with everything that's happening in the world, you kind of want to, you know, have your place of peace.
Yeah.
With what happens. So where do you
sure.
guys get your peace from? How do you get your peace and different things? I'll start with you, Terry.
Man, I'm gonna get right straight to it. As far as my piece is in that, and is the P is in the P. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Positivity.
We're gonna try to keep it PG-13, but the P is in the P. You know what I mean? That's your safe haven. It's warm there. You feel me? You may be a little. Right. You know, it's going. Yeah, that's where it's at, bro.
Y'all have a good woman for that though.
Ooh, wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a word.
So, that's a bar, bro. The piece is in the P.
No, not the P is in the P, bro. Believe it. Yeah, so I mean, you know, just, but on a real note, just like I like quiet, man. You know what I mean? After, because we going crazy all day, every day, figuring it all out. So if I can come home to a quiet place, you know what I mean? Think for a minute, and then go in the bedroom and log on in. I'm straight. Right. That's all I need.
It's the best thing.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Get me right, baby.
Exactly.
That's all I need.
Exactly.
Shame on me. Forgive me for that, y'all. That was very rude. I got it together.
No, man. The piece is in the P.
Oh,
yes. What about you, B?
Yo. I mean, I'm just so, I find a way to find my own zen. I create my peace and quiet. I do mantras. I go on drives.
Outdoorsy stuff.
I do. I love, hey man, I love to go hiking.
Nice.
Going to the beach, or just like if I'm in a room, man, I'll sit with the TV off, man, and just think, or just meditate. Do mantras, like I said. That's where I get my.
What's a mantra?
Just affirmations. So I was just read affirmations that I have. I have like some affirmations written out for myself. A bunch of I ams. I am strong. I am at peace. I am this. You know what I'm saying? And I just tell myself all those things. And not only are you thinking what it is about yourself, but you're speaking it. So when you think it and you speak it and you believe it, it will come into fruition. So man, you
definitely.
can sit there and tell yourself I'm at peace, and then believe it, speak it, think it, and you will be at peace.
Yeah,
So,
Love that, man.
yeah.
Man, he's like a straight dating app, man. He wrote all that. Man, I'm a Capricorn. Love it, bro. That's what's up, man. What about you, my guy?
Hey man, you know I'm going on this current day and time. I'm going on a blocking rampage. I'm not dealing right now, bro. I used to deal with a lot, and right now I'm like recently. We're gonna talk about within the last 6 months, bro. I'm going on a blocking rampage. Any negative energy, like I told y'all before the show, I'm going on a blocking rampage. I can't even deal with it. It's too much. It's beginning to be too much, and now. What's most important to me is my sanity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My mentality. I just want to stay on the straight and narrow with my path and where I'm trying to go in life. And all of that negativity, I just gotta block it out. You know what I mean? You know, everybody not right in the head for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So treat him as such.
You gotta treat them as such, and you know, I feel like I say this all the time, but I feel like everybody needs therapy, you know what I'm saying? But I do also feel like there are some of us that can kind of do a self-healing process, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I have that a little bit in me, even though I still would like to, you know, probably talk to somebody, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Sure. But yeah, man, just to not, you know, I'm going on a blocking rampage, bro. I can't deal with it. It's too much.
Right. Let the record reflect.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I've been going to therapy. I actually had a session this weekend,
Nice, brother.
and I'm loving it, man. I'm loving the self-reflection. I'm loving the challenge to be a better person and learn how to control myself because I can't control nobody else. It's all on you. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. You know what I mean? That you got to face on a daily basis, but at the end of the day, it's all on you where you got to change your environment, your person that you're dealing with, or, you know, the people that you're dealing with, whomever, taking a break from this person, you know, dealing with people accordingly or whatever the case. So I'm definitely learning, you know, so.
Do you feel like therapy is talking to somebody else that you don't know is a better way of communicating for yourself, or?
I think that's one form. I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? But even when we talk, you know, offline or whatever the case may be, I think that's dope too. But I do, you know, talking to a professional person who's a professional, you know, with dealing with the brain and emotions, you know, you can't lose.
Just helps you.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's great. But I think that's just one form of therapy. It's multiple. You know what I mean? So
I feel that.
yeah, I think it's great though.
Someone can give you some advice that will change it, but you have to be able to talk about it. A lot of people internalize so much. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to get it off their chest. So, you know, for me, therapy comes just from me expressing myself to the people I trust most, you know, and then after that, if I don't feel good, then I'll go do a hobby. You know, like
On everything.
you know, whatever therapeutic I can get. Exercise is just one of the best therapeutic things to do because not only are you, you know, helping your mind, you're also just helping yourself be healthy. So I love, you know, trying to exercise. I'm not in the best shape like B. But, you know, I try to stay healthy and try to make sure that, you know, that's a way of kind of getting myself out of whatever funk I'm in for that day or that time period or whatever it may be. You know, so I think Diddy should exercise a little bit more, you know.
I want to say something real quick. I want to speak this out because we need to really hone in on the fact that because we ain't never talked about, it's never been normalized for us to talk about men's mental health up until this point of us being men from younger. Just real quick, I just want the people who tuned in to us to really observe your person, you know, brother, a lover, that's a man, you know what I mean, and really take into account a man's emotions and his mental state. And don't look at a man as no robot and he just only protect, provide, and whatever else. Because a man is a human, just like, you know, they say the women have emotions, so do men. We go about ours a different way as y'all do. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to shed light on that aspect real quick to people to love on the man. You know what I mean? And give a man the emotional
support.
You know what I mean? You know, you could take it from there. I
That's
just wanted to
actually
really hit that real quick.
Not to kind of tap on it, but I really want to hear how you guys feel about mental health and how men adjust within relationships, because that I think is the biggest thing that men deal with, on how to adjust their emotions when they're in relationships, because we're supposed to be the strong one.
Right.
We're not supposed to feel certain things.
Right.
Or at least that's how it was. But now that it's changing, you got Men's Mental Health Month, you have the emotions of a person, and you have the emotions of men actually coming out, being able to kind of say how they feel without being judged, because you know it's not us being soft, it's not us being sensitive, it's just us actually being human. And that is the thing that kind of makes us men. But you know, it's just we kind of get skipped over when it comes to dealing with emotion and stuff. Either we angry or we happy. It's no in between for the man.
Right.
You know, we're everything that a woman is. Also, we're just trying to protect the woman. You know, so because we're trying to protect the woman, we kind of hone those things back to not show our vulnerability. You know, but our vulnerability is who we are. You know, we shouldn't be ashamed to show it, especially to the women that we're with.
Right.
But it can be a thing to where it's like now, I know y'all heard it before too, it's like we get called sassy and shit when we
BS.
You know what I'm saying? When we do get in our feelings and we might think that we coming to the right person, we would say our girls or whoever we may be with at the time, and then it'll flip on you like, oh nigga, you was just doing this, you was just apologizing, and you was just crying, and it's like that. So it's like, who can we trust at the end of the day? Right. You get what I'm saying?
It's like a lot of things get like weaponized against us.
Yeah, no, facts.
And,
exactly.
I think some of it has to do with just knowing your value, knowing what you bring, and not really caring about what you get called. Stand in who you are. Stand in what you feel and what you feel you deserve. If somebody call you sassy because you feel like you need to stand up for yourself and speak up for yourself, all right, let them call you sassy. That ain't got nothing to do with you, but it got everything to do with whoever's calling you sassy.
100%.
I just think that as men, we just need to be more. We need to like just really stand on what we feel and what we say. And I think that's kind of been like a lost thing. So it's like, man, if you feel like, hey man, I'm being ignored, speak up on it and then stand on it. And if the other person can't really see you for that or value you for that, then maybe you need to walk away, because they're never going to see that. They're never going to see you as human, or they're never going to see you as somebody that they need to value and treat the right way. They need to be okay with treating you how you're supposed to be treated. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I think people need to be scared to lose you. If you don't got nobody that's scared to lose you, then maybe they need to lose you. That's just what it is.
Do you guys think, as for men, they don't take that into account when it comes to dealing with their women? Because I feel like sometimes men become so mean and what is it?
That's where I was finna hit on.
Just kind of, you know, over the top and out of their character. Some speaking, and more power hungry than anything, and they treat their women as such. You know, if you don't follow my rule, then you know it's fuck you, bitch, and you know, or if you make me mad, shut the fuck up, I'm gonna slap you. You know, personally, I don't think I will ever get that to that point. But at the same time, I understand it as a man, because I think it's a underlining thing on how we're supposed to be.
Right.
You know, so I think some men can deal with it, most men can't. So I think.
But I feel like it's a thing to where, you know, because I feel like most men don't act like a woman off top. You know, somebody get on your nerves, you like, stop. They keep doing it, don't do that, do this, you know what I mean? But when you get to a certain point and you're ready to explode, like how we talked about in recent time, now you a monster.
Right.
But I've been saying it sweet, I've been saying it kind, I've been saying it the right way. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm not turned up about it, you overlooking me being mature about how I'm telling you that I need to be treated.
Right.
And then in that moment when I blow,
now you understand me.
Oh,
Now you understand. Well, now we on the same frequency.
Come on, Remo.
But it should never get there, though. I feel like if somebody can't understand you when you're talking to them in a calm fashion, you know what I'm saying? Then that's just not the person for you, and don't force it. We need to be okay. We, as men, we need to be okay with walking away from whoever it is, whether it's a friendship, a business, a relationship. We have to be okay with saying, okay, you know what, this isn't for me. I have to let you be. See you later.
Ooh,
have a nice one. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go a little step further and say, when a man does act like that and he does treat the woman wrong because she brought it out of him, because he's bringing it out of himself. You can't blame the woman, but he has to control his emotion. But
you're right, absolutely.
Let's go a little deeper and say, when the man does act like that, why do you think guys think the woman stays with the man that actually is power hungry and controlling like that?
Let's say if it's consistent, we got to dive all the way into it, because you may, we all could get to a rah point, but if you're consistently that man, then that woman has a self-esteem issue.
Yeah.
But if a man, that's not an often thing, it's not a consistent thing, it's not constant, I believe it's grace, because we giving grace all the time. You know what I'm saying? We deserve some grace. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I see it like this. I done heard a very intelligent man, and I know this man wasn't lying. He said, "Me and my wife don't yell. We don't holler at each other. It's very doable. It's not nothing far-fetched. It's just two mature people. You can always agree to disagree and keep it moving. You ain't got to turn up. I mean, it's two different spectrums right there.
Or even past trauma. Like if a dude has been through past trauma, say if it's possible it's in his life, or whether his mama was out on drugs and he had to take care of his little sisters and brothers. And there's so many things that people go through as far as a struggle, and that'll go into his relationship with his woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it really depends on the individual as the woman to, like we said earlier, step away, figure it out. She's got to love herself. If she don't, she gonna be caught up in his cycle of his mind, his mentality. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep, bro. That just took me somewhere in real life.
I'm just thinking,
which is real life, but
this whole Diddy situation is a really traumatic situation. You have a lot of people judging. You have a lot of people, judging Cassie. You got a lot of people judging Diddy. Nothing that he did was right. I don't agree with anything that he did.
Right.
But I do think it's an underlining thing when you have a man that is powerful within his industry, who's successful, and he has a thing to where he treats women a certain type of way when he does have that power and success. I think a lot of it has to do with men's ego. The man ego is something that a lot of times can't be controlled. It only gets better with the woman that he has. Either she can turn it up or she can turn it down. But for a lot of times with a successful man, it can only be turned down by him. And I think Diddy got to a point to where no one turned it down.
He was out of control.
He was just like, it's me or the high.
He behind closed doors, that nigga was freak off.
Like,
come on,
take that.
Man,
he made that saying for a reason.
Man, but I seen something, man, and it's just like some of that stuff that I was reading. I feel like it wasn't all him totally. I feel like Cassie was in on some of that stuff.
I agree with that part.
I seen emails and text messages from her, and you know what I'm saying. Not all of it is just full-fledged Diddy all the time.
I agree.
The only thing I want to just impute on that is the fact of bro getting her so young and grooming her though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But so young is
she's 19, right?
She's of age.
20, something like that.
But is that brain developed at 20 with this older man, this older, powerful, rich man?
Well, at the time,
and she chasing after something. Mind you, she signed to him first and foremost.
No, I'm gonna stop you right there. So this is why I say Cassie is not innocent. So she was signed to Ryan Leslie, actually. She signed to Ryan Leslie.
I know where you're going.
Right. He does her whole project for her. Now she's starting to be a successful singer, and she had the #1 hit because of Ryan Leslie. Ryan Leslie does the deal with Diddy. She meets Diddy because of Ryan Leslie. So the grass is already green and good where she's at, but she sees Diddy. Now she wants Diddy, and she goes to Diddy.
Big money,
and that's it.
It's a bigger musical situation. They wasn't together off top.
Ryan Leslie was together.
Yeah, they was.
They
but
was
her and Diddy wasn't.
No.
When she signed with Diddy.
Listen what I'm saying.
It's a type.
She's already with Ryan Leslie.
Right.
Diddy comes in and she cheats on Ryan Leslie with Diddy.
Is that what took place?
That's exactly what happened. That's what Ryan Leslie said.
Oh, I ain't heard that. I ain't hear
So
that. We still got to factor in, bro. There's still Diddy, and there's still a young girl who's trying to get on.
She's on.
Come on, bro.
She's on.
Come on, look.
Multiple platforms.
Okay, look, hold on. Let me go up to a college, throw some jewelry on, say I'm professor, who I am. I'm this dude. Pull up in the Benz or whatever, and a young 21-year-old got a dream, and she see me, and I'm the vehicle to get her there. She ain't finna hop in the Benz. She went someone.
Stop there.
She's in a vehicle with somebody who has that already.
That's what I'm saying. She with someone. She in a Honda. Honda or whatever. I'm just saying, bro. You gotta see it. You gotta see it.
Basically, what T
Ryan
is
Leslie
saying
was
is
a millionaire already, though.
That's Diddy, bro.
It don't matter.
It does matter.
It's levels.
It's levels, bro.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this thing. So let's say you have a beautiful woman that you're with, and you see a more beautiful woman. So it makes sense to leave the woman that you're with for the more beautiful.
I'm a different age. She was a young girl. You got to factor all that in.
Hey,
the whole thing is, I think
she's 19, 20 years old. That makes sense, though, right?
I
get what you're saying too, though. I feel like it's a lot to think about.
It is. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I think it's more so an opportunist. Who kind of knew where she was at.
Yeah,
she knew she already was half the lifestyle with Ryan Leslie. Yeah. So she already kind of knew what she wanted. She saw it with him. He wasn't a Honda guy. He in a Benz itself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's a star when he's messing with her.
Right.
So it's not like she just saw an opportunity.
What we doing at that age? What we doing? At that age,
if I'm with the woman of my dreams,
now, take it. You said right now.
No, I'm
take it to her age.
As a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
As a 19-year-old, if I'm with the woman of my dreams, and with the woman of my dreams is bad, she's amazing, she everything that I am for me, right? But I'm an opportunist, right? But and then I see Carmen Electra or whoever at that time was super hot.
Gonna take you way up yonder.
Exactly. Nigga. I'm going with Carmen Electra.
If you're an opportunist.
If I'm an opportunist.
But if you're
she's young.
To me, being young and loyal, it doesn't have.
But you know what?
Being loyal doesn't have an age.
Let me say this though. I gotta respect that. You know why? What? Because the conversations that we have off camera and how you move, as far as when it comes to women. So what you're saying is really true to you right now.
Right.
But that ain't true to who I was at 19.
Okay.
But at 19,
I get it.
You feel
me? Yeah, I get you.
I thank God for keeping me because anybody could end up in any type of predicament. But we're thankful that things went because it could have went left. You feel me?
So the Cassie, it went super left.
Ooh, wait.
The whole thing is that when it went left and it went super left, she was doing stuff that she had never done before.
Right.
So when it went left, she stayed. She didn't do anything different. She didn't go to nobody else. She didn't try to find anyone else. She stayed with Diddy through it all. You know what I mean? So I don't understand how anyone can look at Cassie in a good light when it comes to this situation. She was doing the same exact thing that Diddy was doing. How is she not on trial with him? How is she not an accomplice?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
She's majority. The men, that came in that testified about Diddy, it was men. Right. It wasn't no women. Right. It wasn't any children. Right. Cassie was calling the guys like, yeah, come here, I need you. This is what I want you to do. She was getting bust on and then she was running to Diddy to give him the sperm. Bro, that's some crazy shit for a woman to stay with. That's what I'm talking about, the mental. You know, how do you stay with that?
This is crazy.
You stay with that because you're getting something out of it.
Right, 100%.
You just don't
100%.
do that shit. You know what I mean? That's why I'm thinking it's a mental thing. How does a woman stay with a man that controlling, that overbearing, beating your ass, and then you stay beating your ass?
It's a lot.
lifestyle.
It is a lot to go with it because he
lifestyle.
was threatening people too. It's like, oh yeah, your brother, and I know where your family stay. So all that stuff kind of play into it. So I can understand, like, all right, I don't want my family to get touched. So okay, let me. I'm on a leash, pretty much.
Basically.
Hell no. You meet too many people when you're hanging around Diddy. You meet too many people and you have too much
But where can
things
you run
in front of you.
Where can you
Nah,
run and
it's
hide?
not. But I don't
What
think
do
it's
you really have? You have a life.
No, where can you run and hide? If he's
Anywhere.
if he's like, I got people everywhere. I know where your family stay.
Yeah.
I know your
Nah,
brother. I
he's
know
got-
everybody. I
yeah.
know where everybody stays.
What did he say? He said, "Bitch, I killed Tupac. You what you think I'm gonna do?" No, Diddy, I'm just playing, nigga. I'm just playing. I'm just saying. What
You want to protect your family, so I do understand that because it's like when you get put in situations and somebody knows where all your family stay, you don't want to test them and see if they really gonna do it.
Yeah. Cause
So you're gonna fall victim to, all right, let me do this, let me do that. And I'm not saying that she's right, but I can understand the pressure. That's it.
He did blow up Kid Cudi car.
And it's a lot of manipulation.
Allegedly.
It's a lot of manipulation that he's doing too. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to manipulate her and all type of different stuff. You know what I mean? And another thing I don't condone either is the video that we all obviously seen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He beating her, dragging her, all type of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he's done more, but it just wasn't caught on camera.
It was caught on camera. So that's my whole thing. That situation, when it happened, it was years ago. Caught on camera. Police were called. Hotel. They hid the video. If all that is happening, how did you not scream out for help then?
Well, so again, so if it happened years ago and nothing was done in that moment, I mean, that kind of tells you, like, okay, well, if the authorities are called again, who knows what the repercussions were at that moment for her? You know what I'm saying? So if nothing is done back then, you're not gonna expect something to be done later, if that makes sense.
I see what you're saying.
So if that was done years ago and nothing happened, it's like, well, damn.
No one cares.
No one cares, and he has a lot of power for nothing to happen to him and something to happen to me. So that's the only way I can see it.
Well, I feel like, the only reason why this happened to him now is because, you know, he ran into some big boys and all that. And
Pissing off the wrong people.
Pissing off the wrong people. That's why this is going on now.
And we should tap into that because a lot of our celebrities, a lot of our black men, a lot of our people are being persecuted and thrown under the water for things. Not making it right. I just don't understand why it's us being put out there in cases. Young Thug, Diddy. I mean, I can go down the list.
Tory Lanez.
Yeah, Tory Lanez. I mean, it's crazy how we're being so pushed into the media as bad. And all this stuff has been happening. We're going back to even R. Kelly. You know, R. Kelly was doing this stuff since the 90s. Diddy has been doing this stuff since the 90s. All these people in the industry know about this stuff. How is it not coming? Because it's people at the top that are doing the same shit. Diddy's dad was like a gangster in Harlem. He learned from him, you know, but he went to a Catholic school. And then he was mentored by like Andre Harrell and then another Clive Davis. So you have all these guys at the top that are mentoring the dudes, showing them how to move in the industry and as a man, and it just didn't. He followed suit. You know what I mean? So how is it just now being caught with our black men? Ain't no white guys coming out. Epstein files and everything else still out there. All these islands, you know, everything's happening, but we getting persecuted. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
because they don't believe in allowing us to die in power and passing on generational wealth and all that. That's just the reality. Like, first opportunity they get to seize us is over. They just waiting for the opportunity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look at Shannon. They were waiting for opportunities. Okay, here we go. That's just what we needed.
Right.
You know what I mean? We got Tory Lanez, you know what I mean? It's crazy, bro.
Tory Lanez is an interesting scenario because he was an independent artist who was the biggest independent artist.
Biggest.
He was doing things that have never been done before without major labels.
Right.
You know, and for whatever reason, he gets taken out. Not saying I don't know what happened. Who knows what happened within that car with Megan and whatever. He say, she say, whatever. Shout out to both of them. Two black people that, you know, excelled in their genre of whatever they want to do. But at the same time, for him to go down the way that he did is just like weird.
Buck wild.
It's just weird. Like I don't even understand how that even happened, especially with you know, new evidence and everything coming out. You know, #1 independent artist was changing, wasn't even American. You know, from Canada, came over here, dominated our R&B charts and everything. You know, just a crazy scenario. How what's happening with him?
Money and power.
Money and power.
Money and power, man.
Then he cracked the code.
He cracked
That's
the
what it
code.
really was.
That's what it really was.
Yeah.
He cracked the code. That's what it was.
During COVID at that.
During COVID, yeah.
Right. Right.
And he was the one who did the what's the COVID when he was doing the live.
Oh, right.
He was doing
Right.
the live and started that whole little thing.
Yeah.
And then
It was
everybody
like
started,
COVID TV or something
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
And then everybody started doing the same thing, you know.
He was going up.
And he started that with Megan. That's the crazy part.
Did he?
He started it with Megan. Yes. She was
I didn't
twerking on his.
Oh,
she
yeah,
sure
it was. I never remembered that.
Me neither.
So they was an item, bro. They was like a real thing. I don't know the ins and outs, but you know when a man and a woman break, they break, and it's like messy.
And everybody was a real thing with Megan.
Right. So I'm thinking it was just something that was real messy with the other girl, Kelsey. Even the Kardashian girl got thrown in. They were at her house earlier. So you know you got one guy that 3 women like. It's always gonna be an issue.
Which is buck wild.
Chris shut it down. They said Chris shut it down. It was Kylie Jenner.
Okay, yeah.
Chris shut that shit down.
What you mean?
Like, nigga,
She was the third
she's
girl.
out of it. Don't ask my daughter nothing.
Oh.
She shut it down.
The mom.
Yeah, the
Right.
mom. Yeah.
Chris Jenner.
Yeah, Chris Jenner.
Got you.
Shut it
Yeah,
down.
she, and you know that's another thing. You know, she is, as much as people talk about Kris Jenner, she's genius when it comes to PR and stuff for her family. Because
pimping her kids.
man, she pimping them in the right way. You know what I mean? Because you
Not
can't.
necessarily.
I'm gonna explain.
Okay, explain.
What we got going on here?
Sex tape?
Sometimes you can't change what your children have done, right? Or what they do, or even change their minds about what they have. Look where I'm going with this. So if her daughter did a sex tape with Ray J, right? She's already getting into the entertainment industry. They want to do stuff. They don't know where it's gonna roll. But Chris learned from her husband, first husband, right? Because he was the lawyer for OJ, right? How much PR did they get from that case, right? So much, good, bad, don't matter, right? It was huge PR, right? So she understood the public opinion, whether good or bad. I can get rich off this. I can get richer off of this. Your pain or whatever you're going through right now in this world is content. How you feel is content. Someone's gonna watch you. Know whether if they judge you, talk shit about you, they're gonna watch you. And because they're gonna watch you, I'm gonna get paid off of it. Not only am I gonna get paid off of it, I'm gonna set our family up forever. And that's exactly what she did. She set up her family forever.
Pretty much capitalizing off of all publicity is good publicity.
Exactly. Set them up forever. And I don't even think I don't even know if her vision was what it is now, what it kind of came out to. But it went into that because of the way and the times that we're living in right now. Everything is publicity. Everything is PR. You know, she was running around with Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton was the biggest in the game, you know, at that point when she was, you know, running around with her. So Chris was like, we're about to use this PR, what you got. We don't care if it's negative. Let's use it to promote you, to propel you, and make money off of it. Now you got the Kardashian show. That's been on for 20 years plus. That is genius.
That's
you know how
crazy.
much goes into production and showing your life the way that ain't their whole life, but they're showing pieces of it just to give the public opinion about them.
And the black rappers love to hop in and get them some pub.
Right. And that's what I was getting ready to say, man. Aside from just their own thing, every single one of them went to go get a basketball player, the top artists in the industry. You know, Kanye.
They
West,
love black men for sure.
Tristan Thompson, and you know, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Now that's a different story. That's a different conversation because how they are as people, I don't know. How they go after black men, that's a whole different conversation. And we can tap into that because what we are as black men are power. And people see that. So what do people, when they see power and they see something that they like, what do? They gravitate towards it, you know? So I think that's how the Kardashians are. They gravitate to what's hot, and black people are always hot.
I don't even think it was. I'm gonna keep it. I'm finna go a little crazy. I don't think they gravitate to what's hot. I think them, on the other hand, being the superstar power that they got, they go find somebody and say, "Oh, I like this black man. I'm finna go turn him up even more." You know, he's somebody.
Right.
They're not going to get nobodies, but they're turning them up. Look at Lamar, lost his mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Lamar was, he was straight. But they turned him up. He couldn't handle it. I'm out of here, Jack. Where the drugs at? This some whole nother, I ain't never experienced this before. You feel me? Look at Ye.
I don't think that happened though.
You feel me?
I don't think that happened.
Oh, it happened, bro.
Lamar,
We seen
man.
it happen.
Lamar was an NBA champion, and that goes back to what we're talking about, men's mental health. You know what I mean? Because when you're a superstar and you're available, I mean, you're as big as Lamar Odom was.
I'm trying to see where you're going with this, bro.
You as big as Lamar Odom was.
Right.
Remember, he playing with Kobe. He in LA. He on the Lakers.
Right.
They win championships.
Right.
You can't get no bigger than that.
Right.
That's a superstar. You're a superstar.
Right.
So the Kardashians saw a come up, or
facts.
whoever getting with Lamar.
Opportunity.
So she's an opportunist, and she got with Lamar. Lamar was just like, man, yeah.
So how he end up on the dope?
He ended up on the dope after. Chloe was trying to get him off the dope.
No. He was still in the league on dope, bro.
But he wasn't doing dope, bro. He couldn't. He was getting drug tested and everything. He wasn't on dope then. He was on dope after. That's
He was on dope in them.
I think
the
I
brothel.
was-
The brothel. That's what you talking about,
No, I'm talking about the dope. I'm talking about he was off the.
bro. He wasn't on no
weed.
dope, bro. He was probably
Weed.
on weed, but he wasn't on
No.
the weed. He
Yes, he
wasn't
was, bro.
on the dope though, because you getting drug tested.
And another thing
They
is,
messed. They. I don't know.
He said he was going through a depression after being in the NBA, and
Right.
and I
from
think
there,
he had
I
a
don't know.
relationship.
Nah, he been doing.
I think he had a bad relationship
not in,
with
he
his pops and all that.
couldn't be doing
that
it in the
too.
NBA. Though.
He been had a bad relationship with his pop.
but I think that was another reason why as well.
Yeah, he don't want to hear that. He don't want to hear that.
Man's mental health.
That nigga alright. I'm not saying he was alright. Yeah. I'm saying he been dealing with that. He got with them, and they, you know what I'm saying? Get the rewiring people's brains.
You think the same thing happened with Kanye?
To a degree, yes. Yes.
I think it's just
Kanye is a great black man, bro. You know what I mean? He's given us a lot of information. You know what I mean? He's guided us. You feel me? He's stood for us. He's been in the forefront. You feel me? Yeah. The white woman came and messed him up.
He lost his mom, and then that was.
Exactly.
He been. Here we go again. He been lost his mind.
No.
A decade ago. Decades ago.
No, man.
Yeah.
It don't go nowhere.
Right, it don't go nowhere.
So
it don't go
listen,
nowhere.
so-
but you get with this woman.
No,
Is she
no.
making you better or worse?
When,
We was talking about that earlier.
When he lost his mom,
She made him worse. She made him worse.
How? He was single all these years.
You didn't hear he talk about her in the music.
He was single all these years in the height of his career. Now he goes and have kids with the industry. I'm not gonna call her none, but you know who Kim is.
yeah,
so
but-
now he goes with Kim,
Right, this
gets
my
with her,
point.
have kids with her.
This my
That
point.
is a man's thing. That ain't got nothing to do with his woman. You got to be prepared and mentally strong as a man.
He wasn't,
and he
though.
was single for all these years.
He
Now you
wasn't.
got no.
He wasn't.
I'm telling you that he's just like any other man. We can't put him on no pedestal because he's a superstar.
No, I'm not doing that.
No, I'm
just
that's
trying
what
to
I'm
let
saying.
y'all know the white woman messed him up.
I don't even think it's the white woman. I think it's the right woman.
And I'm not saying that white women.
Right.
Remember, I'm not gonna say I'm not saying that either. But I'm just talking about this particular family.
Right.
Because white women do have a history of. It's in the pudding. We see Shannon right now today. That's what, a month ago. But what I'm saying is, I'm talking about this family. They wild. They put
disagree with
their
that.
claws in these black men.
I don't
and
disagree with
And they still are,
make people lose their
and
mind.
they want these melanin
And,
kids.
and I just want that to, I just want to get my point across.
That's another thing. Yeah, they want them melanin kids, the mixed kids with the pretty
Chili
hair and all that.
They want the chili.
And then want to throw away the black man that they originally laid with to get the melanin kid.
They know that, what you just said. We powerful. Let me go grab one. Get a little bit of that power. Because they already got power. Let me get a little bit more. Suck that up out of you. You feel me? And keep the ball rolling. And guess what? Them kids gonna have kids.
Are men the prey or are men the predators?
I would say both.
Both.
You can be the prey.
Because I'm not just saying that we got it all together and we just all right. I believe we're a great collective of men. You feel me? But it's what they what they call us out there, F niggas and all that. You know what I mean? It's, all of us ain't right. But I was really just speaking on them. We got to them, and I'm like, they do what they do to us.
I think it still boils down to you just gotta choose the right one.
I agree with you.
Like if you don't, it don't matter who you are in life. If you don't choose the right woman and you don't see that ain't got nothing to do with the woman. That's on you.
Oh wait, you went crazy with that.
No,
Great
really.
bar.
That's
Women don't want to hear that, but great bar.
Because
Great
the
bar.
man is I'm not saying that we are almighty and we control everything, because you got to do 50-50 in your relationship. You got to have communication. You got to have a set way of treating each other. But when you are a man and you are a high caliber man, where you're successful, you have everything going for yourself, you're single, you have no kids, you have all of this going for yourself. Now you can be preyed upon.
Oh man, y'all
right?
gotta protect me, man.
I'll protect you. My cousin is giving them game, bro. You can be preyed upon. But at the same time, you going through these experiences, you should be ready for that. You should be prepared for that. Why are you so single this long anyway? Because you're preparing for the right woman.
Took a shot. Oh, okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Prepare for the right woman.
That's a fact.
How are you still gonna choose the wrong one and say, hey, she did me wrong. It's because she did me this way, and that's why I feel. No, nigga, we knew from jump Kim wasn't good for you. Your homeboys probably told you Kim wasn't good
probably
for you.
did. He knew within himself.
Come on now.
Love you, yeah, but you knew it, bro.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what happened in their relationship. We're just on the
letting the
outside
record
looking in.
reflect.
But
Yeah.
as men in general, you know how it be. What you think, Remo?
Man, I feel like, to be honest, niggas know what they getting themselves into. But
Boom.
I mean, we can't. The thing is, it's some manipulation even with the women. Like they could be an angel one day for a certain amount of time,
I hear that.
and then flip the script on you real quick. So you
Quick.
think that you with this person, and the whole time you was with the demon the whole time. So
yeah.
that happens as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you just you want to be with this woman. You see the red flags, but you also you see the potential and what you think that you can change in that person.
Good grace.
And it goes on and on and on, and it just don't work.
Right.
People see
And all the red flags that you seen at the beginning, now they just bigger red flags that you should have seen a long time ago.
Right.
So, I mean, that's part of the problem. Plus, she has the stature, she has the name, she has the money, she has all of that the same thing of what he had.
Right.
But shit, the nigga done, he four kids in.
Right.
Lost his mind, and I still fuck with Kanye. That's my nigga, though.
I love Kanye. Love his
free
music.
speech. He don't give a fuck, nigga. He gonna ride for us every single time.
Right.
And he might say some wild shit sometimes. Some things I don't condone or what he be saying, but at the end of the day, he's like one of them niggas, like a Tupac. Tupac said anything that was on his mind.
Right.
He didn't think about it. Shit. He just said what was real. You know what I mean? And that's part of the problem with this world is people be trying to run away from the truth for real.
Right.
Niggas are scared of the truth.
Right.
They trying to bury the truth and rewrite some shit that ain't the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, we can go deep with this shit.
You can. You can.
Bro, we can go real deep with this shit, but
Because Kanye is looked at as a firecracker that just kind of boom, he just give it. But I think he learned from the Kardashians too. Now, all bad things that he went through, I think he learned from them too. Like, I could say whatever
it was
I
opportunity.
want
It was opportunity.
because it's opportunity, and that's why I think Ye tweets so much. I think that's why he expresses himself so much, because he knows people are going to listen and watch. You know, what
He's
I mean?
that big of an influence.
Exactly.
That he knows.
Exactly.
Forever though.
Yeah, facts.
I don't agree with everything he said. You know,
Not at all.
The shit that he said about Beyonce and Jay's kids, man, I thought
That
that
was
was
like-
What do you say?
so off.
What
You know,
is it?
just saying, talking about their kids. I'm not gonna say what he said, but I mean, you watch.
Kids is off the table, man.
Just-
Women and kids is off the
Yeah,
table.
women and kids.
Oh,
off the table.
you saying he shouldn't speak on their kids?
Not at all. Not at all.
Especially
What
not in
you-
a negative light. I don't
Yeah.
like.
So if our kids have a disability, we shouldn't have to. Oh, just not in. You mean not
In a
on
negative
social
way.
media?
Right. Not in a negative way.
Well, first off, the world doesn't know what's going on with the kids. So for you to put that information out for the world to hear, out of line.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Right.
yeah, that's.
But is it true?
Don't,
Yeah,
you don't
it's true.
know.
Doesn't matter.
Even if it's true or not. If it's
Right.
false, that's even worse.
Right.
Now
It doesn't matter.
you putting false stuff about kids.
It's true though, but he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, he definitely shouldn't have done that.
That's
I'll
not
just-
Because the world know now from
Right.
the
Right.
concerts and stuff. Now everybody paying attention. Oh,
Right,
oh, that
everybody
is the
looking
case.
down, trying to pay
Yeah,
attention to.
so that's not right.
Yeah, crazy. To
Right.
Me. But again, Kanye understands media. You know,
So
what
he
I mean?
don't care because
How are you?
he doing that because he really like Jay-Z.
Right.
Because he don't feel love and respect and a brotherhood from him. So he like, I don't care what he feels.
Right.
He's like, I'm finna use him for clout
Yeah,
now.
but not everybody catching strays. I don't respect that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
If you got a problem with Jay, have a problem with Jay. Matter of fact, you probably should have put it in a song and
Right.
see if Jay's gonna respond to that.
Well, man, I just be feeling like, yeah, kids is off limit, but at the same time, we don't know what these people be going through behind closed doors,
right.
and what Jay done or what somebody done did or to him.
Talk about it then.
You get what I'm saying? So
I still don't agree with that.
I
'Cause
mean,
I'm
talk
not
about
about to
it.
I'm not about to talk about nobody kids, especially in a public setting. Like if I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking about your kids.
Right.
And that has to be like a personal thing. Like if I'm going to say something about your kids, I'm going to say something about the kids to your face. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And Kanye understands hip hop culture. Hip hop culture knows women and kids is off the table. So
everybody don't live by them same morals though,
And that's
Kanye
the problem,
knows.
especially now.
Kanye knows.
especially now.
Came
Nobody-
from hip hop. He should know that.
Publicity.
Nah.
He knows it, but he don't care about the
Everybody
rules.
don't
He
live
keep
by
telling
the
us
same-
that.
He gonna
Kanye
deal with
don't care about
repercussions.
no
He gonna deal with
rules.
repercussions then.
And we love him
just
for
it.
that. We love that he don't care about the rules. We love that he goes and speaks his mind. But at the same time, when you speak in your mind, you are gonna get pushback from real men and say, "Nigga, that shit's stupid. Why you say that?"
I'm sure Jay behind closed doors because he don't come out publicly and do stuff. But I'm
don't.
sure
He
behind
not,
closed doors he got something going on with dude. After that.
Probably.
Because one time, I don't know if y'all remember, I don't know if it was awards or wherever it was, and Kanye said something about, he was like, I don't like that suit and tie. So I think it was, he was like, don't kill me, Jay-Z. Don't send your goons at me.
Right,
He ain't saying that for nothing.
Right.
Yeah, because he know for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
He
So
know what's going on.
even now, him saying that about the kids, you better believe Jay-Z got something going on, something.
Yeah, fact.
All
You know
I
what I'm
know is
saying?
I was just hoping for a Watch the Throne 2 album, and now I know we ain't
Yeah,
getting
that's
it.
over with.
Right. Man, I want that so bad.
Man,
They made some of the best music together. Like
They
ever.
did though. They
Ever.
did.
man.
Yeah.
Crazy. But Kanye made some of the best music ever.
Ever.
That's the thing. And I think he understands media to where I can make some of the best music ever, but you still may not listen to it unless I sound crazy. Because that's where we're at in society. You gotta wild out for people to pay attention to you.
Yeah, he don't though.
Who?
Yeah, he don't.
Yeah, he do. That's why he does it.
Yeah.
He has to wild out for us to go listen to his music.
Yeah, that's why he does what he does.
Definitely.
It's part of marketing.
Definitely.
Kanye has to wild out for us to go listen to his music.
Oh, I mean us, no, but the world,
But
yes.
the world, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Think about it. Every single time he drops an album, he
He
does
does
something
that.
crazy.
Yeah, but
He ain't in the
He
media
says
on
something
accident.
crazy.
I
It's
don't
his part-
believe.
it's part of his camp.
I look at his views and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm real analytical on that, right? It's things he just dropped, and he not doing nothing crazy, and it got millions of views in minutes.
He never dropped.
I don't think he got to do nothing, no antics for people to go watch.
Name me,
He's gay, bro.
Name me a time that he
What
dropped.
do Jay-Z do?
Wait.
What do Jay-Z do?
Hey.
Are we gonna go listen?
Hey, name me a time that Kanye dropped and his name wasn't in the media.
No.
We're doing something
That's
crazy.
not what I'm saying, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Does he have? I'm saying, name a time where Jay-Z did it, and we didn't go listen to his music.
They operate.
That's what I'm saying.
They operate on two different things.
That's what I'm
And
saying. You
Jay-Z
don't have
doesn't
to
sell.
do that.
Jay-Z doesn't sell as much as Kanye though.
And he doesn't put out as much
There we
music.
go. There we
So
go there.
people are more
So of course
waiting for
everybody
that.
in anticipation is already there. So as soon as Jay drop, they like, hey, what are you on?
And Jay has like the Beyonce card. So if Beyonce is a part of whatever Jay-Z song, people gonna tune into that album. Oh,
They
Beyonce has
love
a song on
that.
that album.
The world loves seeing them together.
Jay-Z got different cards to pull from that he uses. Like,
Kind of the same thing with Kendrick Lamar. He had all the publicity from going back and forth with Drake, beefing. What he do? I'm dropping this album now.
Right.
That momentum is building. I got the Super Bowl coming up. I bet you that album was not supposed to come out when it did.
This is what I was on
You don't think
earlier.
so?
I don't think so.
I think
Yeah,
so.
he couldn't wait.
I think so.
No.
I think it was just fire in a bottle, lightning in a bottle.
I think they prepared for that.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I don't think they knew how big it was gonna be.
Man, that album came.
If they-
he created that.
So fast.
He created
Right.
that album as soon as them niggas started to beef. He didn't have them songs tucked away.
He might have.
I think
He
that's
might have had
I think
the
that's-
song.
Because
I think
he just put the artist on there like 2 weeks before the album dropped.
That's what I'm saying.
All them
Some
features,
songs-
they all talked
yeah.
about it. We just got on Kendrick album. He just did them
Yeah,
songs.
he just
Right.
did them songs.
And some of them he did it with them in the studio.
Lightning in a bottle, man. He had to do it at the right time. It's publicity. You go with your publicity. And that's what artists are learning right now. You know, that they got to do some type of. Think about, what's the dude, man? 6ix9ine. Think about 6ix9ine, how
right.
big he
Forgot about
got.
that dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like an industry, like he was an industry plant.
Forgot about him.
You know what I mean?
He made himself one.
Crazy, but off of his antics, off of what was going on with him, and the trial that he had made it even bigger. If Tory Lanez gets out of jail, he gonna be the biggest artist in the world. There is nothing that's gonna be able to
When
stop
he
him.
get out of jail, he
When
getting out.
he gets out of jail, he's gonna
I
be the
got
biggest
faith in
artist in
him,
the
boy.
world. There's no one's gonna be able to stop him.
Right.
I don't think he's gonna be the Tupac of this generation.
Woo!
Easy.
And then it's crazy because that's why media is so important, because music is one thing, but to get to know the person, that dude, man, that's we all got flaws, whatever, but that's a great man right there.
Yeah.
Because when I watched him on camera and these different interviews and listen to the man speak, he's a great man. But he, like we was just saying, he understand the game. So I'm gonna do this because it's gonna sell, it's gonna make me a living, take care of my kids.
Right.
But he really got something to say. He really got knowledge for the people.
Great
That's why he
music,
got
too.
them now. Because he cracked the code as an independent artist.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So he really got the, he's really there.
Great music too, man. He puts
Yeah.
out great music.
Hard.
I love
That when I first heard that, "Say It," y'all remember that song?
Yes, man.
Bro,
did.
I was listening to it not too long ago. I was telling my lady, I'm like, ooh, wait, this here, boy, it just got that vibe, that feeling, undeniable. Just
Man, I'm gonna tell you
get
this.
you up out of here.
So Glasses had told me to sample that song.
Shout out to
Wow.
Glasses.
Shout out to Glasses. He was like, yo, you need to sample the song. He brought me the song. I'm like, all right, cool. At the time, I didn't have nobody to sample it for me. So I'm like, yo, man, who could I get it
Why
to?
you didn't do it?
I ain't that great at sampling. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, okay,
I'm not a
okay.
sampler.
Okay.
I need to get into it. So I'm trying to find somebody to do it. I had somebody do. I can't remember who. I think it was my boy Jim Nay. I think I had him cut it up or something, and it just wasn't hitting right. Man, I want to say like a month later, that's when Tory Lanez came out with it. I'm like,
You lying.
I hate G. I'm like, bro, man. You hear this new dude, Tory Lanez? He's like, yeah, bro, you missed it. You blew it. I said, bro.
Wow.
You blew it.
And that's what he tell you?
Man, he's like,
You
yeah.
blew it?
He said, man, you was too late, yo. I said, ah. But I'm like, but the way Tory did it, I ain't gonna lie, he did his thing. He did his thing with it.
What you guys feel about the older artists making impact in things that are happening right now with like the Tiny Desk, you know what I mean? And then people really
I don't
respecting
too
them.
much. That's not really my thing.
You know?
I love it.
I love it too.
Because it reintroduces the new audience to people's music.
Right.
So like, they go back and they get to hear them, and they're doing a great job performing the music
Right.
live. And
Right.
man,
You
And it
kinda
just
forget,
brings us
man.
back. It brings us back
It
as
brings us
what
back,
we
yeah.
came up off of. Because all this music that's happening right now, bro, I don't even listen to music like that no more. 'Cause it's nothing. It's
Right.
It's
right.
nothing.
You gotta give these artists, their flowers, man. Friday flowers. Every single Friday, we will be giving people that have inspired us or whoever it may be their flowers. And we wanted to start with E-40. E-40, man. He did
Bay
great.
Area.
Man, yeah, area. Yeah, man. E-40, man. He did the Tiny Desk and
Killed it.
bro, it took me all the way back. I felt hyphy all over again.
look, I think it was 30-something minutes. I'm sitting there like, yo, it's over already. Like, where's the rest of it? Like, it ain't more because he has more.
Right.
So, and I'm like thinking of songs, like, oh, he could have did this song, he could have did that song. But I'm like, the fact that I enjoyed that for that amount of time and was expecting more, man, he did a great job, man.
Right, man.
He has some great music.
Great music. And just
Catalog
gives you
is crazy.
nostalgia, man. It's like nostalgia. You just go back to the amazing catalog that you forget about.
Right.
You know, a lot of music get drowned out because of where it is now. There's so much music out there, you know. So I think it's a great time for older artists to come back out. You know, that's why you kind of see them tour so much. You see them doing a whole bunch of shows because I seen Sugar Free a couple weeks ago, man. He was out there getting it. Why you bullshitting? Shout out to Sugar Free,
man.
bro. I was out there like
I've been on stage with him, man. They still going like how they was young, man.
Right.
You know, they still giving it they all.
Right, love it, man.
For real.
So I really appreciate the older artists, man. Friday Flowers, shout out to E-40. We really appreciate everything that you've done, my brother. And hopefully you can get on a Brunch of Culture and let us know what you like to eat.
Hello. Right, because bro be chefing too.
Right.
Along with his wines
alcohol,
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
That'd be dope.
we can get a bottle of his stuff.
Right.
man.
We will have a bottle.
Oh yeah, let's get that going.
Next
Let's
episode.
get that going.
Earl Stevens.
Earl Stevens.
Yeah, log us on there.
Earl Stevens.
What day is Father's Day?
Father's Day is next Sunday, the 15th, I believe.
That's
Everybody
next
be
coming
forgetting.
weekend?
Everybody be forgetting what day Father's is, man. I'm not even a father.
I'm not
That's
even
messed
gonna lie.
up.
I don't even know.
I don't
Man,
know.
that's
I know it's
crazy.
in June
I
sometime.
know it's next Sunday, but
In June
I don't know.
sometime.
I don't know the day.
So that's what we come to with Father's Day. It's in June sometime. Hey, y'all gotta help us out, man. It's in June sometime. Y'all gotta do a better job, man, on Father's Day. Because when I become a father, I better get all them flowers.
Right.
Feel me?
Right.
I'm on some next.
Hey,
Let the record
Hey, I'm
reflect.
telling you now, you're not.
That's crazy.
You ain't gonna get it when they
You
feel
might.
it.
You
Oh,
might.
that's
You might.
crazy.
You know, I've gotten more as time has went on. You know, as a father, you're not gonna get a pat on the back. A lot of times, you're not gonna say "job well done." But when you do get that, and you have a woman that appreciates that, you know, you don't take it for granted and just make you go harder. So I appreciate my wife. I appreciate my kids. I appreciate my daddy. I appreciate my mama because that only makes me a better man and a
Believe
better
it.
father.
Believe
So
it.
you guys can go ahead and tap on that on Father's Day. So you guys.
Yeah, I'm blessed. You know what I mean? As long as I'm with the kids, it's all good. I'm not, you know.
You don't expect nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give me a pair of socks.
I ain't
That's
expect-
crazy.
Right, yeah.
Hey, look,
Socks.
and y'all gotta do better.
A
No
pack of
ties, no
Gatorades.
socks, no drawers.
A bag of
Y'all gotta do
chips.
something better than that. Bag of chips, bro.
Man.
Hey, I'ma
The
tell
little-
you.
they- you know what I'm saying? Give you the
Nah,
little,
man.
the
I
little
know-
basket,
you know what?
they
I
put
do
the
like
deodorants
socks, I ain't gonna lie.
and stuff,
Right,
and
right, all
socks and
I love
shirts
socks.
and stuff like that. Like, hey man, they do us dirty, but it's good. You know, we grateful. We don't need that much to,
Right.
you know, make a nigga satisfied. You know what I'm saying?
I'ma tell you this,
Like you said, I'm
I'ma
picking
tell you
back off you, bro. All I want is my kids, bro. I'm straight. Like,
That's
it.
how I feel.
I love draws, so I like draws.
I do
If
like
you
them.
see some draws.
I know.
I'll keep my draws forever. So why?
I don't.
I love socks. I, ain't gonna
do.
lie. I love socks, but
So
Matter of
give
fact,
me
that'd be a
those.
good Father's Day.
but not for Father's Day.
Walking around with no drawers.
Oh,
That'd be a
no.
great Father's Day. Matter of fact,
I ain't never did
send
that.
the kids off. Let's just walk around
But naked.
Oh
He
yeah.
gonna be. He gonna have to take. He gonna have to
Then
take
with
time
that,
to
we
wear some
gonna
socks.
No, I'm just playing.
In a bottle of Patrol.
Right. Now that's a Father's Day right there,
Right,
bro.
believe it.
You feel me?
Believe it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're officially a old head.
It's gonna be like Pops on Friday. His balls and dick all the way.
Johnson one way, the other way. Oh man.
Wow.
That is what's up, man. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed us. We hope you guys enjoy what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Please give us your perspective on whatever we talked about. Please like and subscribe and follow us, man. Most importantly, get your mimosas and sit with us next time. And make sure you tune in for episode 2. We are a brunch of culture. Keep it tasty. Take care of yourself. And always make yourself great.
And you know what? Don't forget the Mimosa song, the Brunch of Culture Mimosa song. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be available on all music streams and all platforms. So tune
Yes,
in
sir.
and download that thing for your boy.
Believe it.
Yes, sir. Peace and love.